Porsche 911-930, 1975 to 1989. The Porsche 930 is a sports car manufactured by German automobile manufacturer Porsche between 1975 and 1989, known to the public as the 911 Turbo. It was the maker's top-of-the-range 911 model for its entire production duration and, at the time of its introduction, was the fastest production car available in Germany. Porsche began experimenting with turbocharging technology on their race cars during the late 1960s, and in 1972 began development on a turbocharged version of the 911. Porsche originally needed to produce the car in order to comply with homologation regulations and had intended on marketing it as a street-legal race vehicle like the 1973 Carrera 2.7 RS. The FI as Appendix J rules upon which the 911 Turbo Carrera RSR 2.1 was entered into competition in 1974 changed in 1975 and 1976. The FI announced that cars for Group 4 and Group 5 had to be production cars and be available for sale to individual purchasers through manufacturer dealer networks. For the 1976 season, new FI regulations required manufacturers to produce 400 cars within a 24-month period to gain approval for Group 4. Group 5 would require the car to be derived from a homologated model in Group 3 or 4. Porsche's Group 4 entry was the 934, homologated on December 6, 1975. For Group 5, Porsche would develop one of the most successful racing cars of the time, the 935. The 911 Turbo was put into production in 1975. While the original purpose of the 911 Turbo was to gain homologation for the 1976 racing season, it quickly became popular among car enthusiasts. 400 cars were produced by the end of 1975. Since Porsche wanted to compete in the 1976 season, they gained FI homologation for the Porsche Turbo for Group 4 in near 645 on December 6, 1975 and the 1911 Turbo was completed on May 5, 1976. Ernst Foreman adapted the turbo technology originally developed for the 917-30 Can-Am car and applied it to the 3.0-liter flat 6 used in Carrera RS 3.0. Thus creating what Porsche internally dubbed as the 930. The car utilizes a single KKK turbocharger. Total power output from the engine was 260 PS, 191 kilowatts, 256 horsepower, at 5,500 revolutions per minute and 329 Nm, 243 pounds-feet, of torque at 4,000 revolutions per minute. Much more than the standard Carrera it was based on. The engine has a compression ratio of 6.5 to 1. In order to ensure that the platform could make the most of the higher power output, a revised suspension, larger brakes and a stronger gearbox became part of the package, although some consumers were unhappy with Porsche's use of a 4-speed transmission whilst a 5-speed manual transmission was available in the lower trim Carrera. A whale-tail rear spoiler was installed to help vent more air to the engine and to create more downforce at the rear of the vehicle, and wider rear wheels with upgraded tires combined with flared wheel arches were implemented in order to increase the car's width and grip, making it more stable. Porsche badged the vehicle simply as Turbo, although early US units were badged as Turbo Carrera, and introduced the vehicle at the Paris Auto Show in October 1974 before putting it on sale in the spring of 1975. Export to the United States began in 1976.